Welcome to Global Teacher Conversation, everyone. For this week, we start with one thing that you want to celebrate. So Bhavana just shared that she started learning how to swim, and it's her first experience, and from here on that she will not drown. That's a very good thing to celebrate. So Ganesh shared about just waiting for the vacation to happen is already a celebration in his head. That's very nice to hear. And Luan is about to finish with her exam. That's great. All right. So good evening if you're in Malaysia, or good afternoon, good morning anywhere you are. Welcome to Global Teacher Conversation. A little bit of Zoom norms before we go through our content. Perhaps you want to mute if you're not speaking, not because we don't want to hear what you want to say. It's just so that we will not have clashing sound or audios with each other. Please be present. So switch on your video if possible. We want to make this conversation as genuine as possible. So if your internet is okay, please switch on your video and participate actively. Don't be shy. There's no one here that thinks everyone else is other of higher or lower than you. So don't be shy. We are governed by three pillar principle. Number one is respectful. We come from different background. We come with different experiences and different walk of life. So we might want to be mindful of how we speak, behave, and communicate to speak polite with each other. Will do. Be supportive. So give space and time for your conversation partner. As I mentioned, we come from all different walks of life, right? Some people might have started their English fluency earlier than the others. So you are more fluent than the others. But this might even be their practice ground. So let's give space and time for partners. Yeah. So be participative as well. Show interest. Ask and answer questions. This is how you can be highly participative. Don't just listen. We're sure as much as you learn from other friends, your other friends would love to also learn from you, right? So get into the conversation. Okay, tonight we'll do with a little bit starting, and then we'll delve back into the C-suite development. So tonight we'll talk about change and how that change starts with myself. We'll have a first conversation about influence and control, and then we'll have a sharing space and conversation too. A little bit announcement, photo time and closing as usual. Hey, I think Bhavana is here. Bhavana, you haven't introduced yourself to the others, right? Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, perhaps you want to tell us name, country where you're from, if you're teaching, what subject you're teaching, and your student's age, if that's applicable.
yes. Hi, my name is Bhavana and I'm from Nepal. I am I work with multiple age groups because I have my organization which works on emotional intelligence, and sometimes the learners are from university level students, and sometimes they are secondary level, and mostly or teenagers, adolescents. We have not been able to work with primary level, but I really want to work with them. But we're working with the teachers who work in primary level. So yeah, so that's about me, Atika.
Thank you, Bhavna. So, hey, everybody, let's give a warm welcome to Bhavna. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Now, you might have heard of the term influences, right? Now, I want to hear from you guys. You can unmute your mic or you can write in the chat. Who are influencers? Who are the people that we call influencers? You can just unmute and let me know. Who, when I say
Okay.
influencers, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Atika, I want to share. Um, I think that for me, like the idea of influencers has been like changing
Mm.
over the years. So when I was very young, I always thought models, especially the
Right.
actors and actresses, were
Yeah.
the influencers, because
Mm.
especially they were featured in different magazines and in television and radio. So that I thought they were influencers. After that, after a point, I thought like political leaders were influencers.
Right.
Somehow like I this perception changed because I started seeing the idea of change also changing. For me, like change started to become like an action, and also change to have like to go through certain aspect of change. Um, Certain comes with certain responsibilities and some power as well. So that's why I thought like it was a political leader, because they do have some form of power. But then
Right.
at this point, slowly that idea also changed. And
Mm.
now
Yeah.
I think everyone is an influencer, because one way or the other, like we are influencing each other. And even after like, so you influenced me to be a part of this conversation. After that conversation, it was very brief conversation with you
Right.
in that summit. And then, oh, this is what you're doing, and I want to be a part of it. So that is how you influenced me to be a part of this conversation. And I find that a lot of people are influenced by me as well, and some other person as well. And interestingly, they are never talked about, or we never think about them, but then we are
Mm.
getting influenced by how they act, behave, or speak. So at this point in life, I think that everyone is an influencer, and
Right.
everyone is
Right. Right.
influencing in one way or the other.
Alright, very cool, cool insights. Maybe Ganesh or Loan or Hema when they share. It doesn't matter if it's the same. You find it's the same with what Bhavna shares. Ganesh, Loan, or Hema, you guys want to share?
Hi.
Hi, Hema. Yes.
Hi.
Who are these people that we call influencers, Hema?
Okay, I totally agree with Bhavna. Just now she said in a young age, we always addicted with the people in media, right? So with their style, with their makeup, with their sense of everything. Then we say, wow, the people are very beautiful with their gestures, everything. And then the media, social, the newspaper keep on writing about them. Wow, they are something wonders, they're something doing big thing. Now in this age, I think the media people is not their influencers, but when it comes to the reality in the education part, the teachers are great influencers. When
Right,
I
right.
throw back my ideas, everything, the teachers, yes, they come up with their dress up, their way of teaching. Now I'm a 40 years old. Here we call STPM. What we call it in English, STPM, for how I want to translate to Ganesh and Vietnam and Loang, is before we enter the university, they have one kind of transition. Okay, before we went to Ganesh and Loang. So before we went to the university, there's a transition from the secondary school. So when I was in a Form 6, we call Form 6 here, I got a one teacher. He's a Malay man, taught me history. Okay. I really impressed with him because he taught me the world history without referring any notes, he didn't write anything on blackboard. He didn't refer any notes. Before the class, he will ask us to, okay, go back and do the reading this one. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to ask you. Okay, the first day, the first week of we call the orientation, we introduce this kind of a teachers. And then he said every time before the class, you have to go through, do the reading first before you enter the class. Okay, I was surprised. Wow, very confident. This is the first time I saw the teacher very confident. I'm not using book. I'm not using this. Okay, only Bible, the Bible. You have to answer my questions. Okay, we do the sum of them. Because when we already in the Form 6, 18 and 19, we know, right? So, okay, this teacher doing some gimmick in the class. So we have to do the revision. Yes, I really wonder with him. He didn't refer any notes. He didn't do any notes, wherever, never. Okay, he just tell the world story, the world history by his story method. Until now, after 20 years, wherever I met him, I keep it saying, Cikgu, Cikgu, teacher, teacher, wherever. I say, Hima, you also be a teacher, be polite whenever I'm in a meeting. Now he's in another district, so I always keep on messaging him, Happy Teacher's Day, Selamat Hari Raya, Happy New Year. So teacher is a very powerful. That's why I keep on doing something wonders to my students in the future when they turn back. Yes, teacher Hema was in my life. Thank you. That's my story.
Right. Thank you, Hema. Great. Okay. Maybe Ganesh, Loan, or Tan wanna share about your thoughts. Who are the people that we call influencers?
Yeah, I can share my
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I totally with the Bhavana that everyone is the influencers, but some reason I just read about some psychology article that um, the most people will influence in each other is our parents, like how we live, how we connect with each other, how we love, or the style that we love, or safe, or afraid, or not safe, or something like that, always influenced by our parents. So I think the most influencer in every person in a deep level is our parent. So I think it's a kind of a big role in my life. So so scared about that. You have to influence the whole life of someone.
Great insight, Lud. So we have heard from Bhavana, say how the progression from when we were little, who are the people that we look up to, change, the progression change over the years, right? From artists, actors, then it becomes people who have the power to change people or change people's lives. Ultimately, people in the political industry, politicians, people who make law in the country, right? So that's from Bhavana. Hema mentioned about teachers. Teachers can change how a student's perspective in life. And Loan mentioned the most influential people are actually our parents, because we see them very closely at home, right? So what they do influence a lot of things on how we think, how we perceive the world as well, right? I agree with all of your inputs, right? All of you are right. These people are influencers, and without me asking, you already have told us how they are influencing in their life, right? Um, what about the world? Who are the people that the world think are influencers? So now that we are in the age of digital technology, right? When people communicate through social media, so one of the platform that people either seek influence or get influenced by influential people are the Instagram, for example. This is just one of the many social media platforms, right? But I wanted to show you some of the people that are deemed influential in Malaysia and also in the world, right? Let's see. From before that, who do you think would be in the top 10 ranking of the influencers, the top 10 influencers in Instagram? You can put in the chat. Who do you think will take up the most slots for this top 10? What kind of profession do they have? On Instagram, who would be top 10? Let me see some of the answers. Who do you think they are? What do they think they work as? So Hema said professional jobs, people. What kind of professional jobs, Hema? Ganesh mentioned sports personalities, celebrities, and politicians. Okay.
Some are IT people.
IT people. Okay. What about Loan, Bhavna, and Tan? Tan mentioned prime minister would be the top 10. Okay. So IT people, sports personalities, celebrities, politicians, prime minister. What about Loan and Bhavna?
Yeah, I don't use this media, but I guess it's some musical or singers, as Taylor Swift or something like that.
Musician.
Yeah,
Musician. Okay. So if I want to put content creators, actors, particulators, musician, AI enthusiasts, motivational speakers, oh, that's a lot. Okay. Let's see who chefs. Okay, that's an interesting okay. Let's see Malaysian top 10 influencers on Instagram first. Okay, let's see who they are. Right. I hope you can see it. You're looking at the top 20 Instagram influencers in Malaysia headlines right now. Right? Okay, let's go. So number 1 is Nilofa. So Nilofa used to be like a model, actress, turned businesswoman, an entrepreneur. Right? This is the first ranking on Instagram. She has 8.7 million followers in Malaysia, followed by Zizan Raza. So Zizan Raza is a comedian. He's also a TV host, and he also involved in a lot of like the social justice initiatives and projects. Number 3 is Mira Filza. So Mira Filza is an actress. Number 4 is Abid Liu. So Abid Liu is someone very famous in the philanthropic, doing philanthropy, and also a business person actually. Shah Al Yahya. So Shah Al Yahya is an actress, also brand model for a few brands. Hanis Zalika, again, another actress. Correct me, Hema, if I'm wrong. And Tan, I'm not too sure about these people also. Right, someone mentioned chef just now. So Khairul Amin Kamarul Zaman, or more famously known as Khairul Amin, is a person. He would not say himself as a chef. He actually do like experimental, how to just put up cooking, quick cooking videos. So he started with that, and then he started selling sambal. So he became a business person after. So he's actually very influential. Then we have Shami Shazli. So Shami Shazli is a YouTuber that's also working on a production house and making videos. And who else? Shafiq Kyle is an actor, another actor. And Alif Irfan, oh, I'm not too sure who is this. Oh, yes. So Alif Irfan, he put up videos about car and motor automotive. Yes. Then that's Merkin. Merkin is an actor. Who else do we have here? Ashraf Razami, I'm not too sure who is this. So you see, a lot of these people are actually from the actress industry, right? Let's see who are people who are famous around the world for Instagram. Can you take a guess of who is among the top 10? Let's just see top 10 Instagram influencers globally. Anyone want to like put a guess? You can put a name. Like who are those people who you think are the top 10 most famous on Instagram in the world? No, no idea. No, you can just guess. Jenny and Jenny Blackpink. Learn? No.
I don't know. I try write off her name, but her from the musical brand of Korea. Jenny, right?
Jenny Blackpink, I think. Is it? From the
Let
group
let me
Blackpink?
find let me find her.
Okay, what about the others? Let's just guess. Who do you think are top 10 most famous on Instagram? Or influencers to be called. Selena Gomez. Oh, Nepal's mentioned. Ganesh mentioned Selena Gomez. Okay. How about the others? Come on, try. Try. Just put anyone who you think. Sultan, Bhavna, who do you think make it to the top 10 list for the global influencers in Instagram? Yeah, which musician? Which musician, Bhavna?
Can't think of it right at the moment, but I know it must be someone who is a singer of like probably a woman. I think I have heard the news, but I don't know.
All right. Elon Musk on Instagram? Okay. Yeah, Jenny from Blackpink. Elon Musk on Instagram? Well, not sure. What about Tan? Who do you think is in the list, the top 10? I no idea. All right, let's see. So this is from August. So this is fairly recent. Okay. Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift, Jenny. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Right. So if you see here, okay, most followed Instagram accounts. Cristiano Ronaldo, Beyonce, Harvey Lane, Addison Rae. Do you see anyone who you know in here? So Cristiano Ronaldo is a football player. So Beyonce is an artist, musician. Yes, right. Now Harvey Lane is really an outlier here. He mainly makes videos on, all those tips like how to solve problem, but they really nonsense how to solve problem videos. So he put up this. So he got famous with this. Yeah. Addison Rae is, thank you, Ganesh. So Ganesh mentioned that Cristiano Ronaldo is a Portugal football player. Okay, we need to get our facts right here. Correct you. Thank you. Right, so Addison Rae is an artist, a musician, right? So you guys can see that artists take a lot of takes a lot of space in the social media, because that's where their visibility is very high, right? And let's see who are the other people. So Jisoo. So Jisoo is from Blackpink. Jisoo is the same group as Jennie, but Jennie is not here. Lee Min Ho is a South Korean actor. I'm not sure about La Double P, Ice Spice, Erin Pereira. Rose is also a Blackpink's member. V, BTS, AR, or Dream here are topics actually. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit of time that we have to just look into what is deemed as influencers in the social media platform. So who says that these people are influencers? So the more number of followers that you have, the more influence that people think that you have over other people, right? For example, Jisoo, Jennie, Rose from Blackpink, whatever they wear and put up in Instagram gets quickly sold out after that, because people, oh, I want to look like Jennie, oh, I want to look like Jisoo, and they will go into, oh, what shop actually sell this like shirts or pants, right? So they influence not only what other people say or what other people think, but they also manage to influence how commercial market uh, happen to be. Right. So this is from Meltwater. So who's Meltwater? So Meltwater is actually an online media monitoring company that is established in the year 2020 during the heights of digital progression, because everybody's at home, right? So we no longer go to physical shops, but we all online, right? So Meltwater research and monitor over 200 billion social media conversations. That's how they do comprehensive media monitoring and analysis across online news, social media, print, broadcasts, and also podcasts, right? So if you need like information about, just now, if you want to put into your classroom, you need like a ranking of who's influencers in Instagram or on X or Twitter or on Facebook, how social media have changed over the years, and some statistics, you can go over to Meltwater. Right. So why is influence important? Anyone wanna share why do they think influence is important? Lead opinion. Okay. Sales. It in influence sales. Emma said. So Loan said leads opinions. Okay. Right. So I want to give you some time to look into this comic and have a read. And tell me, what do you think after reading this comic? Is this something that also happened in your school, at your workplace? Have you heard of people saying some things from the dialogues? These comics? Do you have your own thoughts about this? right? So one of the things that we talk about a lot of time is about change and how people of influence actually influence change to other people and make other people do behavioral change, right? Like we said, someone who have a lot of influence can influence other people to buy or not buy stuff, right? In an organization, sometimes change management happen, right? Not sometimes. At some schools, a lot of times, and always change keep happening, right? So someone who brings that change must be an influential person, must be an influential leader, so that change could actually happen. But how it takes place also matters, right? So like Ganesha mentioned, we need influence for change, and change can be good change or bad change, right? And Bhavana mentioned that influence is important for motivation, for guidance, for change, sometimes for also for validation, right? So what I want to bring you here is that influence is important when it comes to bringing change. As a teacher, as an educator, what we would hope to see is growth in the people who are we influencing, i.e. our students, right? So we are in a position as an influencer, and we need to be influential ourselves in order to for our students to believe and put that trust in us and get influence to be better. Right. You still remember this C-suite skills that matter most that we bring in the second session? So these are social and interpersonal skills. And what are the skills that is related to what you want to talk about tonight? So these are the topics, or these are the skills that are actually related to influence and change. So as Bhavanand mentioned, so influential leaders actually motivate people. And influential leaders and influential educators are people who are able to listen and also communicate well. So you can see here from another sources, they also talk about listening and communicating, also talk about motivating and inspiring others. From another source, it talks about communication and change management. So you see that the same skills are actually highly valued in a lot of organizations and in a lot of positions. Now, who needs to be influenced for change to happen? If you look at this comic, when asked the question, who wants change? Yeah, me. Everyone says, yes, we need change. Everyone will say we need change. But when asked the question, who wants to change? See, no one there. There's no hand there. Okay, I want to ask all of you guys, when change needs to happen, who needs to be influenced first? Yeah, Emma, who do you think we need to influence first in order for change to happen? Yeah, this can also put up your answer in the chat, or you can unmute to just answer.
Yeah, Atika, so I want to answer.
Sure.
So sometimes, mostly, yeah, as you said earlier, like change starts with self. That's why it's us who needs to be influenced, motivate. We need to motivate ourselves. But
Right.
while working, in my experience, I have found that a lot of people who are in the position of power, authority, for example, in school, if it's the principal or school coordinator, then they have to be influenced first to so that they can understand what is important, and then the change actually starts showing, because a lot of places are still hierarchical, and even if we start to like some kind of actions to change, or we want to change in some sort of mindset, then even if people from who are we work a lot on students, sometimes it's difficult because the people who are in the position of authority are very inflexible, and that has been my experience. And yeah, so for me, I would answer the people who are in the position of power.
You say lead by example or lead by modeling, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. I want to hear from one more person. Hayati, maybe Pan, want to share your opinion as to who needs to be influenced for change to happen. Others, you can still put in your thoughts in the chat if you want. Or maybe not Hayati, not Pan. Others can also share what you think, who needs to be influenced for change to happen. So when we need change, so when we need a change, who needs to be influenced first?
Hi.
Hi. Yes,
So
Hema.
who wants change? Everybody want to change, right? So
Everybody wants change, but
yeah,
who
everybody
wants
wants
to
to change.
change? Yeah.
Okay. So when everybody wants to change, who wants to change? Okay. So for me as a teacher, when I get that every 2 or 3 years, every term I get the new students, I found myself I'm lacking a lot of things. When I meet up with the new students, I can see I the lack of internet. I mean, for example, with the technology, upcoming technology, AI, how to do the creative video, all related to the nowadays generation.
Right.
So for that, I think I have to change first. I can't wait for my top management to give the sparklight, to give the motivation, to give something to me to change. My motivation is my students. So every time I meet up them, no, I have to be more power than them. Because
Right.
whenever I communicate with them at some point, I assume of myself because no, I don't know about this. For example, the Insta. My students, everyone is seeking for TikTok. I say, I'm not interested. I say, okay, come do this project and post in the FB. They said, teacher, FB for the old school people. Okay, so which media you prefer for? TikTok. Okay, TikTok. And then I said, now I'm learning about the Insta. Why not you try to come up with the Insta? No, Insta is more professional. No, it's not professional. It's more like they cannot do the very chit chat. They cannot do the very simple story.
Right.
They need likes. They need sharing. They need viral things. So they prefer TikTok. For their sake, for them, I have to go through the TikTok. And I found I wasted a lot of my time in the TikTok because I scroll up, because it's less than 1 minute, they come up with the good content.
Right.
So for that, I say, no, I have to do something to attract my students. Apart from the TikTok, I come up with the new ideas, new things to establish myself. And then I promote to my students, hey, I'm doing this kind of actual research. Hey, I'm doing this kind of innovation. Hey, see, I'm going to present our innovation, our topics, our ideas to the international. So
Right.
I'm becoming an influencer for my students in my schools. Apart from that, in action research and with the great ideas shared by Atika, I also sell these ideas in my schools, and I cannot be an influencer, But yes, at some point, I also be an influencer in my school, and for non-Malaysians now, today is the last day for the Ministry Education Department. They're doing the influencer among the teachers. So we have to submit.
Yeah.
I do influencer. So I have to submitted the video. So let's see the luck. If I was selected, then I will share the same things. I am also the edu influencer in Malaysia. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I think if I'm not mistaken, in GTC, also we actually have 3 people who are actually applying to be in the pool of edufluencers in Malaysia. So edufluencers is a program by the MOE. They want to encourage teachers who are on social media and also integrating social media into doing outreach for education and using social media also to educate either students or the community about education. So we have had, I think, about 2 cohorts that have already done edufluencers in Malaysia, and now they're looking into the 3rd cohort, the ones that Hema is actually applying to be now. All right, we're all be praying for you, Hema. All the best. Right. Okay, thank you for your input, guys. So now you guys have established that we ourselves need to be influenced first, because if we do not believe in whatever that the change that we want to bring, other people will not believe in the cause that we were doing as well, right? How come you are the person who doesn't believe that 1 + 1 is 2, and then you want to teach your student 1 + 1 is 2? Because you don't believe 1 + 1 is 2. So whatever you do will become unbelievable, right? So, but in order to make change, the journey is also not easy. When you're trying to bring change or you're trying to influence other people, sometimes it will be very difficult to do so. Like Bhavana has shared, sometimes people in the position of power, sometimes people higher than you, would become some sort of barriers or challenges. Sometimes it's not the people on top of you, people who don't believe in what you do also can become a challenge or a barrier to you, right? However, as an influential leader, what can be helpful to you is understanding the circle of control. Now, what is a circle of control? Now, circle of control is an idea that is brought by Stephen Covey, right? I'm sure some of you know Stephen Covey. So Stephen Covey have put in circle of control, or some people would put this circle as influence or circle of concern, right? So circle of control have 3 circles here. The first circle, the inner circle, the most innermost circle there, is it in my control? For example, my behaviors, my actions, my attitude, my outlook, and my own decisions. So anything that have to do with ourselves is actually within our locus of control. You see the green circle there is a circle of influence. So if it's not in my control, can I exert my influence? For example, the environment at home, my finances, my family, my friends, my colleagues. This is talking about relationship. But actually, from the things that you can control, you can actually influence these things in the green circle. But what happened to a greater circle in the blue one? The blue ones are things that I cannot control or influence. For example, spread of a virus, actions of other people's, diseases, right? Economic downfall, impact of the economy. So these are the things that are outside of your locus of control. I want to give you one example, right? This is a circle of control that was written by a parent in a history class to talk about their circle of control about their kids. So this is a parent teacher. I think like a parent becoming a teacher for a day, for a class. So they were talking about circle of control. So if you see the sample there, the parent mentioned things I can control, how I treat other people, my goals, how much how much time my kids spend on a device. As a parent, they can control your identity, how much I care about world issues, especially the environment, your action, who you are friends with, tone of my voice. These are the things I can control. So this is what the parents say. And things I can't control, how other people feel, the cars on the road, classmates, what other people say, and what other people think about their identities, the weather, for example, right? So normally what this person or this parent can influence is basically they're saying their children. Okay, now I want to bring to you the prompts for today's conversation. Number one, choose an experience or a situation or a goal of yours and chart your own circle of control. Okay, so if you remember, there are three circles: things I can control, things that are within my circle of influence, that means I can influence, and then another one is circle of concern. I mean, I can be concerned about that, but I cannot control. And also think of who are or who were the people in your life who are great at influencing others. If you still remember Emma mentioning about her history teacher, right? So one of these people. So it could be like your superior, your mentor at school, for example, your buddy, perhaps, or even your students. Sometimes we think we actually get inspired and influenced by a lot of things and a lot of people, right? So even if you want to pick, I am actually influenced by my students. That is all right also. And then what are some of their qualities? Mentioning people at people number 2 there, and characteristics that we can all learn from. Okay, I want to give you about 3.5 minutes or so to chart your own circle of control, and then think of who are the people that is great at influencing others in your life, and what are some of their qualities or characteristics that other people can learn from. After this 3.5 minutes, I'll be sending you to a 25-minute breakout room session to have conversation. Okay, so 3.5 minutes. right, I hope you guys are ready. I'll be sending you to your breakout rooms for 25 minutes. So looking forward to your conversations. I'll see you back in 25 minutes.
Yeah, I will introduce a little bit myself. If you not know me yet, I'm from Vietnam, and actually I'm not teaching right now. I'm working with the teachers as support them to my program, and they will teach about skill. So related to our topic in this year is skill. I actually don't teach, so I don't choose to sharing about my project or something like that. I choose to hold an activity, and this activity I used to hold 2 times for our teachers about the process to build up a skill of the student, and I hope it will help you guys as a teacher when you want to integrate skill build up your student skill in your class. So I will share my chambers. Yeah. Can you see my chamber? Okay. The first question for all of you, that's do you guys know how to drive a motorbike, a scooter, or a bike? No? If you know, you can type 1 in the chat, and if you don't know, you can type 0. Really? Yeah. Wow, so many people don't know how to drive a bike. How about the other? Okay. 10 years ago. Uh, okay. If someone, some of you don't know how to drive, so I will change the question that which step do you need to go through when you learn English? You learn to speaking English. Which step do you need to go through? And you can type your answer in the chat, and yeah. Yeah, because in Vietnamese context, almost all people know how to drive a bike. So I use this example, but in our GTC, some people don't know how to drive a bike. So I will change the question to which step do you need to go through when you learn to speaking English? You can have 1 to 2 minutes for that question. You can type the question, your answer in the chat. Okay. Listen. Modeling, practice in more authentic conversation, interacting. Speak as much as we can. Read a lot of work. Try to speak with family and friends. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I will share with you step by step that I will learn to speak in English, even though my speaking skills is not quite good. But this is the way how I learn to speaking. In the first, I need to learn the vocabulary, right? And the second, I need to learn the vocabulary and the grammar in English. Yeah. And the second, I need to structure my sentence. I need to learn how to structure my sentence before I speak in any sentence. And the next step, I will practice speaking sentence by sentence. Yeah, when I learn at school, some teacher or some mentor will listen and respond my speaking and adjust and correct my speaking, my pronounce on my grammar or something like that. And after that, I will practice and practice until I can speaking, not thinking a word, a meaning of word, the grammar I will use in this sentence. The pronouns I can pronounce in this word or this word. Yeah, and in this example, I want to show you how to a skill will build up with the student in class. Yeah, this is a skill that we learn how to try a bicycle or how to try a scooter is a skill, and also we learn English, we learn speaking is also a skill. Yeah, and these are step by step to build a skill. That's the first thing we need to learn about that skill. Like in English, we need to learn about vocabulary. We need to learn about grammar, about the pronunciation. And the next step, we need to demo a practice. Yeah, when we learn how to drive a bicycle or a bike, we need to learn about how the scooter structure, how they function. And the next step, we need to learn the law, and we need to have a test of driver license. And all the first thing we need to do is learning about skill knowledge. And then we will practice to try a bike with under observation of an adult or other people who can assure that we're not falling down, we're not going somewhere. Yeah, and after that, when we know how to do it, we practice. And that's the time when our skill build up in the first step, and we practice and practice every day, and we're skillful for this skill. Yeah, why I share with you guys this step, because when I'm working with the teacher and they teach skill in the class and they claim the student and always help complain the student that the student don't have any skill, they can discuss with other students in the group discussion. They can present a topic in front of class. They don't have any skill. They don't have they don't active in class. They don't they complain so much about the student, but in the class they actually how teach a student about the skill, how to work as a group. When we work as a group, what would we do in that task? They never teach about the student about that, and we always complain that. So this process actually not from any expertise or any proof by scientists. That just I do some research on paper, and with my experience and working with teachers as a skill is a skill term. So I give step, and it's so flexible for apply in class or all of you guys in your context. Yeah. This is your work. You can share with me the other people the experience that you how to help an activity in class and with a skill relevant and how the student respond for your activity. Have you had any experience related to this term?
I think what you shared just now, Loan, one of the ways that we can instill skill knowledge into the classroom is by demo and practicing, right? So you mentioned demo just now. I was just reminded of my school, but of my class back then, because I teach design and technology, and we play a lot with experiments. We play a lot with Legos and stuff, codings and all those things. So it's a lot of try and error, right? But I think the first time, the most important part is actually them. The students need to see how the teacher is doing, how the teachers doing the experiments or doing the application herself or themselves. Then the students have a higher chance of being successful at learning or creating the same kind of output that we expect. Yeah, so that's just a short sharing for me.
Thank you, Akita.
I want to share one experience as well when I was experimenting. This was the time when I was teaching I was teaching as a fellow in the secondary level school, and it was way back. I didn't know like much, but I used to keep on trying new things. So what had happened was the students, somehow I figured out that the students were actually taunting each other and like passing remarks based on the like different maybe some of the like gender issues, or based on caste, also based on the color of the skin. And so like I figured that was happening, and I didn't know much, but I wanted to address that issue. And I was also very sensitive because this issue might just as much as it is important, but given the cultural context that we were in, it was a community school, and most of the students were connected to each other, and even the teachers were connected to each other in one way or the other. So for me, I experimented by introducing movies in the classrooms, but the movies and documentaries were those which were also very experimental in its casting, like actors and actresses. So I showed I showed a movie. It was a Cinderella, and whenever we think of Cinderella, Cinderella is a white main character who is very white and very skinny. So those were the characteristics of even when we read the book, like those are the characteristics. But then the movie actually had a black person who was not that skinny, and she was the main character in the movie, and the movie was again Cinderella, just the portrayal was very different. And I showed that movie. I was very mindful that it would not hurt the sentiments of the students, and it would not even be in such a way that I was pointing out that there was something like that going on within themselves. So I embedded that in one of my like language class. But then the response was very mixed. Some students like said that this is not the real Cinderella because the character is not white, and any actress who is not like fair cannot be the main character. So that was the response, and we had a very long discussion. It took me around 2 to 3 weeks to actually help them understand how, like, it's not a character cannot be a main character just because someone is very fair or very skinny. So that was what we were like, and it took for them to really understand it. But in the end, what happened was, like, slowly they started accepting it. It took a very long time, and it was not just a discussion of like 2 3 weeks. It took that for them time, like 3 weeks, to actually for them to sync with the idea that there are movies that are different than what we actually watch. But then to get the idea that we should not be discriminating or bullying or calling people out based on their gender or their caste or religion. It took some time, but then it eventually worked. They understood after some years, and it was a very continuous process. But that experiment was very helpful for me. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Thank you, Bhavana. It's so inspiring story. Yeah. Yeah. I think if we can go back this process, uh, like Bhavana is example, when some student in her class they have the gender issues or the color skin issues that actually not what they want or what they can understand what they or something like that. I think so, and we need don't just see the surface action of the as a student and consider that they don't have the skill. And if we want to apply the diversity approach in our class, we need to teach them about that, how to become a person that can accept the other in our class, and we need to teach them about that, and we need to do the demo, how I react with the different opinion of mine, how I will react with them, how I will talk with the other people is so different with me, so different color, different characteristic or something like that, and we need to adjust them with under our ourselves, and we can go through the practice. We agree practice to each other with the methods, and we observe, we adjust, and we redo, and we something like that, and we build the culture in our class that we need to respect to each other. We need to talk. We need to share about our issues or something like that, and yeah. Yeah, that is just my share. Because why? Because when I'm working with the teachers, I feel they always take on their responsibilities in the student action. Like if the student don't have any skill, they will ask themselves that I'm teach the students so long and they don't have any skill. But in that time, we need to go back in the process by step and ask ourselves about the question how we teach our student clearly about that skill, how we done a demo for them, how we adjust it, how we hold a space for them to practice and adjust them, redo together and improve together, how we do on things right, have any any step, any mistake in this process. Yeah, so I want to share this process for you guys as a teacher, that you can apply to your class when something goes wrong, when some misbehavior of your student occurs in your class, and you can apply this process in the first time. You need to think that help help that student understand about what they do, what they need to do have we as a teacher have enough demo for them, or have enough observe, or hold a space for them to practice in class. And we just responsibility in the three first steps, and all the other following is based on the student experience, how they apply in our teachings in their real life, they practice enough to build up a skill, something like that. And we have more take responsibility of ourselves. We don't need to blame ourselves that much with student action or student behavior or something like that. Yeah, that's what I want to share with you in this sharing session. And I hold this activity 2 times, but this is my first time holding by English, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, but I hope you when you go in class you can thinking about this process, and can it's apply working as a teacher in class.
Thank you so much, Loan. This is really great segue into our session, and yeah, like Judy has mentioned, this is very informative, and this makes us also reflect into our own practice when we teach in the classroom on how we want to respond to the way we teach, and look back into how we actually communicate with our own students. So thank you, Loan. This is really good stuff. So you guys, maybe you guys wanna share like a applause or just share some emoticons for Luan. This is very good effort, Luan. Right. So now we're almost at the end of our session. I want to say thank you again to Luan for her sharing space tonight. Right, there are opportunities within GTC that you can also explore. One is also do your own sharing space, just like how Luan has done hers tonight. So you can let me know if you want to have like a dedicated time slot for you for member sharing. There's also member takeover, which you can take over part or the whole section in GTC and host your way. We also have GTC Learning Retreat. We're going to Sabah. We're going to cover 3 districts in Semporna, Kudat, and Kota Kinabalu in December. We still have a few places open. So if you're interested to join, you can just reach out directly to me. And we also have a Let's Exchange program, getting to know cultures and learn about Nepal with Ganesha's student and school. So we have this GTC XMEDS exchange program. If you are interested, you can also let me know. I will share with you the next step of what you need to do and the info deck. Now, I'm also excited about this next thing, GTC Speaks. So this is an outreach by sharing, of which we will share talks about education. So you let me know first, what do you want to talk about with communities outside of GTC? We are reaching out to communities outside of GTC. There are other educated communities out there, and some of them, they do want to have some sort of like a webinar, so maybe podcast, or maybe sharing session with GTC members. So you can share your topic wish list. Think about either the things that you are invested in, or the things that you are interested in, the things that you are expert in, or maybe topics that you wish to talk about in the realms of education, and how to represent GTC at these platforms. So if you are interested, you can also let me know, right? They can update your details on member profile form. It's in your email every time we send out session announcement. It's also here in the QR code that you can scan so that you can update your member profile form. You can get connected. Share your reflection and connect with us. So I know some of you love to put up your reflection after session on Facebook, so you can tag us Global Teacher Conversation, so we can repost your reflection about the session and what you have learned, what you have discovered tonight. Great. Photo type. Let's take some photo, everyone. Okay. Right. Okay. Hema, can you help me out?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone, please give your beautiful smile. 1, 2, 3. Wait, it's a hang. Okay, done with the one picture. Okay, please come up with your freestyle, please. Okay, done.
Thank you, Hema. All right, everyone. Before I tell you when's the next session is gonna be, Judy has just shared something in the link. Maybe Judy, you wanna explain a little bit about the file that you just shared?
Well, we have also the global program. Like we have a Google Educators group, but it doesn't have to be the Google Educator. But we have also a cross-cultural project linking classes and classes. This is a short video clip. Maybe you can just take a look at and see how you can just have like an authentic project for students to learn about global empathy and global citizenship. So that's the video link I shared with.
Yeah, thank you so much, Judy. This is a very good source of inspiration for us to explore our own project as well. Thank you so much, Judy. Right. So our 7th general session will happen on the 14th of October, Saturday night. 14th of October is our industry crossover session. So we will be sharing the session with people outside of the education industry. So look forward to it. The time is the same, 8 p.m. Malaysia time. So you can like lock your calendar for the next one. It's 9 p.m. over there in Korea, Judy, for the session. So thank you. Take care and see you on October 14th, everyone. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
It was very nice meeting you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.